Hello and welcome to my channel, 13 Moons Oracle. My name is Jade Crystal and I am going to be reading for you today. This is day 4 of the 8-8 activation portal readings. And this one is about cosmic divine feminine activations in the collective. And if you identify the divine feminine, it will be doubled for you. But divine feminine represents the awakening of intuition and of connection and insight, the ability and capacity to see evil and transmute it back to love, which is very important for these times right now. And she's the dreamer, she's the great visionary, she has the foresight to see ahead in ways that the masculine does not. But he has the foresight to support her and to hold her in safety while she unfolds and can go deeper into those spiritual realms and into that intuitive knowing and into that future knowing for them both, because he creates safety around her. He creates the home and the security and the emotional safety, the trust, the integrity, the love and affection that she craves. So we're going to connect to the goddesses, and I have already prayed over the space, consecrated and sealed it, but we always ask that Creator guides this reading in unconditional love and light that is best serving the collective that is drawn to this. And we ask for full support on our golden paths, our soul purpose and journey, protection from evil, protection from harm, in full faith. Amen. All right. Alana Fairchild writes so beautifully, so I will be reading from her book today. We're just gonna look at this. So, Maiden Mako. These two. So we have Kuan Yin Oracle here right now. Beautiful. This is talking about the spring harvest. This is talking about really cultivating the beauty from inside you to be visceral on the outside. And that inner beauty, the beauty of the heart, of a healed heart, is really coming forth in the collective I'm speaking to right now. They are in love with themselves in the best way possible, not an egotistic way. They're just caring so vehemently for their vessel, for their body, that their beauty is radiating from every pore and fiber of them, and it's just so beautiful. And with this also, I'm seeing there's like the harvest and the like the garden you've cultivated is so beautiful as well. Like the energy field around you, the frequency, the flowers and the fruits of your labors is coming through. So abundance is coming through here. You might already feel really abundant and be living in this opulence even that you so carefully cultivated, and you still have big visions for more. And this opulence and this is one of the things about feminine energies, is you're setting a tone and a frequency. So your home, how you care for people, how you prepare them food and the kinds of food, and how you host them or celebrate them, it's all part of your magic, right? And I believe we are all creatives. Some of us haven't found our creative outlet yet. We aren't all the same creatives. And so finding your art and sharing that with the world can also be a form of care. It doesn't have to be like, you might not like to cook food, but you might find really good restaurants that cook really good food and share that with your friends too. Like, it's about how you express yourself through these avenues to the people around you. That's coming through is really, really beautiful. really humble, really graceful, elegant. Oh, I love that energy. And Sisters of the Star Blossom. So you are a woman's woman. And so there's times that I was in my wounded feminine and I was not a woman's woman. But I corrected myself, thankfully, very early in my 20s, and I became a woman's woman. And I love my sisters. I love the community of women that I have been blessed with to have in my life, and this is what I'm seeing for you. So if you have found yourself coming out of a period of hermesy, spiritual isolation, and aliency, then your sisters are being called in right now. Your soul tribe is coming. This is part of the Atlantean and Lemurian time, and ancient Egypt, ancient Maya. If you're doing all day 8 days of this, you're going to hear me talk about this. This is part of that corrupted timeline healing, because it's also part of the witch burnings healing. But the witch burnings were healing massively about 3-4 years ago. So most of us should have walked through the witch burnings. Obviously, there's some people that have different timelines, weren't ready yet, avoided the lesson, and they'll be coming in different timelines. But the majority of people did heal the witch burnings, which was the first step in healing the femininity. And then now what we're doing is, what's coming back through is vivid memories through ourselves of how community and how sisterhood and brotherhood and non-sexual affection, not any human connection untainted by pornography, is coming back through extremely strongly. And that starts with sisterhood, the bonds of sisterhood. And if you think about it, well, everyone, if you've been to this channel before, you've heard me talk about this, or you've been to having a session with me, you'll understand. But the womb web, everyone's been in a womb. Everyone has a heart, and everyone's been in a womb. And so there is a heart web and a womb web that connects people. And when it needs reparation because of severe trauma, that's what happened during the witch burnings. It was healed by each of us meeting our own selves and our own souls and doing our work and healing those wounds and really cultivating a community of sisters around us. And you can really see that in this current wave of souls. You can see the variance of like my mother's generation compared to my generation compared to the next generation, of like how much more together sisters are, and it's really beautiful. So that opulence and that abundance that I spoke of, that's a state of being that, even though you do have everything that you need and desire, it's still going to expand and be even bigger than you can even imagine. There is such a blessing unfolding for you. And the way within which you move through your life right now, with the harmony and the grace and the flow, you are dancing. And you are dancing on pure joy at this loving frequency. And it is so beautiful to see, and the world needs it, because you will potentially trigger women who are not in their feminine, or who are resisting their feminine, or look down on the feminine, or they try to be really good girls. You might trigger them with your dance of unveiling. But this beautiful thing has been happening in the last 6 months or so, that it doesn't, I don't know, the triggers are clearing faster. And this is why I say the witch wounds have healed, and I feel like that's coming strongly through the web. And so keep asking for right action to flow through you, for creator, for divinity, or for the highest love to flow through you. I know that you guys are programming your water, because this is a water frequency thing. What's my cards dirty? Candle wax. And keep dancing with life, and keep dancing to the beat of your heart. Like, do not let other people pull you off what you think you need to do, because you have that, like, you have this frequency beat coming through your heart that is literally like sonar guiding you exactly where you need to be. And so you need to trust yourself and keep cultivating that relationship with yourself. So the gates of heaven. The gates of heaven talk a bit about yin and yang, right? The dark and the light, the left and the right side. Heaven, in some ways, for some of the collective that I'm talking to you, of course, this is a collective reading, so make sure you take what you want and leave what you don't. But you can have the light and the shadow, right? I'm not talking about primordial darkness from which we emerged and which is a beautiful, kind, loving space. I'm not talking about darkness that's evil. That is not a safe, kind, loving space. I'm talking about shadow that we all have, and that's different and can be overtaken by darkness, either primordial or evil. This is the shadow and the light and the dance at play within us, and with which we feed that we get it stronger, right? The two wolves, the two dragons within. Either living a blessed life or a cursed life. But these frequencies are writing themselves within you. So what does that mean? Heros Gamos means sacred union. It means the masculine and the feminine are coming correctly into balance. And before I started this reading, I was scrying in this water and I seen swirling. I seen the Fabricio, I think it's called, that swirl. And it was like the two feminine and masculines merging, and the swirls were so prevalent, and even now I can see the Fabricio in it. And so there is this inner alignment coming for you with it's going to feel like heaven came to earth. It's going to be a little bittersweet though, because there are people struggling in the world. Where you are, there are people struggling in the world, especially because you were meant to anchor light there. And it's really good idea to practice a powerful habit of bubbling out and being in your frequency, honing and caring and making a beautiful world, but also checking in with some of the stuff going on earth that needs to be cleaned and prayed over right now. Okay, so don't always bubble out completely. Go in sometimes and check on some things that call to your heart and bring your divinity to them. This will bring in more abundance. The more that you extend your gifts and your service and your energy outside yourself, whether you identify as masculine or feminine, gender doesn't matter. These are energy frequencies, and that we contain both inside of us in equal balance. That's when we become our most powerful selves, connected to a higher power, connected to our higher selves, connected to Christ consciousness. It's something that is harder for me to describe since I am empath first, but it is the most nourishing thing that we could do for ourselves, is seek inside to discover ourselves and seek inside to balance ourselves with our dreaming, creative, artistic, intuitional side, and our building, secure, action-oriented, direct, protective side, I guess. Okay, so that was Kuan Yin, her beautiful message for us, and she'll work with you. She will bring this grace. Like, look how much grace and beauty is in this photo, and the light coming off the ethereal glow. Just the beauty. Kuan Yin is working on you with this to do it even more. Yeah, all of them. Look at them just dancing through life, flowing, graceful, beauty. Mobility came up in the last reading, so that's something. As you reclaim your mobility, you can reclaim your youthfulness and your vitality, right? And health is one of the most precious resources on our planet right now. Okay, so these next two cards, these are called, what are these called? This is a Kuan Yin Oracle. These are the secret language of the light cards. I really use these to connect with Mary Magdalene. I do them, yeah, this is my Mary Magdalene deck, like honestly. She is the great programmer. She is the great integrator. She is the one who, in Atlantis, when we had all of those past lives of doing different things, like some of us were architects, and some of us were animal communicators and healers, and some of us were crystal programmers, and some of us were programming of consciousness, and some of us, and we did multiple things. We didn't just do one thing. We could all play instruments. We could all sing. We danced. We had luxurious parties. Like, it was just such a beautiful golden age for humanity. One of them, there was quite a few, and Mary Magdalene is like the epitomonical energy of that, because I believe also that she is an incarnation of Lakshmi, and she is the grace and the essence and beauty of all of life. Right now she's talking about remembrance. So in one of, I think it was day one or two, we talk about Akashic Records opening, and I'm going to post a video on my other YouTube channel next week about Akashic Records and why you'd want to access them and use them. So if you want to check that out, all the links are in the bio, as are any sessions with me. If you want to do any shadow work, if you want to remove any abundance blocks you've been having, love blocks you've been having, if you need to heal up some trauma, if there's been some sexual abuse, any kind of womb reparation, fertility issues. All of my links are down in the bio. And sometimes I gotta talk shop because it is a reading, but this is the remembrance. That's what's happening right now. You might start remembering your past lives. You might be called to work with someone like me or other healers in your area. Make sure they're vetted and that they know what they're doing and they have proven track record. But to open your akashics, you might want to do an akashic records reading in session. Past life regression therapy. It is a very powerful tool to understand a lot about yourself, of why you're choosing some of the choices that you choose in this life, and if you then seek to change them, it becomes easier. Sometimes, why am I saying sometimes? Right now we're repelling out cellular trauma from many, many, many lives. Okay, that's been happening for the last 90 days. From whatever point you find this reading, it will be the last 90 days from this finding you, if you find it at the time I post it. But all of these are timeless because the akashics are opening, all right? And we went through a few years, a period where we were cleaning out our bloodlines, and the bloodlines, like any trauma or any disbalancing, dysregulation, was coming through us in the physical representation to heal the bloodline. And now we've moved into the akashics, into the cosmic, and it's really, really activating for this 8-8 portal for people. I believe that a lot of the starseeds and ancient souls that find this channel will have started 90 days prior, because we are working with clients or we are working in environments where we just get the downloads faster. But the majority of the collective is going to have this activated on 8-8, and it's going to just be a flooding of programming that is needed. So anyone who's ready and has been trying to call in more love and trying to call in more divinity and wanting to remember, that's going to flood down into them really easily, because they've been asking for it, they've been prepping for it, they've been following their divine guidance. A lot of starseeds are going to have this happen. And then those of us that have already done lots of that work and are even higher on the path, those are going to open up even more channels of akashic flow and quantum activations, where you're going to be doing your light work and your grid work through your voice, through your talking, and it won't matter what you're doing. You could literally be in a grocery store or at the gym, and you're going to be deprogramming, reprogramming people, right? It just depends. Or healing them, or there's just going to be this collective reading, so there's going to be so many things that come through with that, but you're going to really notice it. You're going to really notice your calling just coming through, and you're just going to be doing it. Now then, there's other people who are just starting. They just had this spiritual awakening. Their akashics are just opening. It's going to just be like a new experience. They might get a skill or two here, or they might get a really deep craving to study different types of history. And Mary Magdalene is just helping to facilitate all of that and the integration of that without any life or healing crisis, because that's really important on the spiritual path. When you start looking for things and you get really excited on your journey, it is you can call in energies really fast, and you can create some uncomfortable situations that, like loss of a job or like a cold, that kind of just takes you out for a little bit. And some of those are spiritual purging. And then usually how you know is because then when you come out, you feel 10 times better, and you don't get sick for a really long time after that. So those are spiritual purges. Or you get sick in quick succession, a whole bunch after that, and then you don't get sick for a long time after. Sometimes you can get physical symptoms when you visit power sites, and so many of you are going to be doing that. Oh, you're going to be visiting. Oh, there's going to be, oh, I love it. There's going to be a whole bunch of you traveling, Mary's showing me, and you're going to be activating yourselves at past life experiences that you had, because anywhere that you ever had a past life, you can cellularly connect to it, or connect to it through your akashics and crater, but you're going to actually be going there, and you're going to be getting some wild awakening. So prepare yourself. You might have those little purges, like I said, where you have a bunch of little colds or a bunch of illnesses right after visiting or traveling a certain place, because it activated frequencies in your body. But the cleaner that you keep yourself, and the more herbs that you can drink, teas are really great medicines, tinctures, liquids, of course, with those herbs, it really can help to prepare your field to hold more spiritual energy. You know that I'm a big fan of biohacking, weightlifting, just cardiovascular movement, dance, singing, painting, art, all of that stuff. To me, it helps to bring out the divinity within you, and it helps to ground and anchor you, and it helps to ground and anchor all the energies flowing through you, because we are creative beings. So that might be a message for you too. Maybe you need to take up some of those things, but that will also come in with the remembrance and the openings of your akashic records, just that motivation, that mojo, that that like, okay, we're gonna do this, you know, like let's get this done, like motivation. That's what we're looking for. And then the divine feminine energy, that's what we're talking about here today, is just the divine feminine energy coursing through. This was one of the reasons, the artwork of why I even bought this deck. Like, look how beautiful that is, because that is the sacred heart activation. That is the deep cleansing heart purges that are going on for you right now. So like ancient Greek, okay, I don't like the frequency of the word hate, and I refuse to keep it in me. So whenever I find that within me, I go straight into a theta healing, digging for beliefs, like tracking session with myself, and I remove it. I refuse to participate in that energy. I absolutely refuse. And there's layers of it buried inside of us from our past lives, though, because we extremely, I can't talk right now. We have lived here for a very, 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 very long time. If you found this channel, you are a soul that has come to Earth because to help, but you've been here for a long time. If you found this channel, like ancient souls. And there are layers in there from traumas and different tortures and different parts of the dark ages that layered grief and that frequency into our hearts. And right now, during this Lion's Gate portal, you can go back and watch the shadow integrations. Those things are being brought to the surface. They are being cleansed. You're being like soaked in divine cleaner, and all that guck is floating to the top to be cleaned. But look at that heart. Look. That's what's going to happen to your heart. You're going to activate the golden protection on your heart. Your heart will never be able to be broken again. When they burned us, when they persecuted you for having your gifts, your clairvoyancy, talking to animals, whatever it was in those past lives, for just being feminine, for having power, all of that's going to be repaired. Look at your heart. It's going to be so protected. Love is the most protective thing in this universe. This world and this matrix has convinced people that it's weak to love. And it makes me laugh because it's so crazy. The most powerful thing on this planet is pure unconditional love. Not the love that humanity has gotten addicted to, or that the matrix is trying to overtake and tell us is real. Look at the glow, the ethereal glow here. You're just glowing. You're just like, here's like a supernova out in the world. I think I told my best friends that the other day. I said that I feel like I was supernovaing because like everything was glowing. It was like an eternal sun coming out from my sacral to my solar plexus to my heart. It was the most beautiful feeling. Like I was praying that would never stop. It felt so warm and nourishing and beautiful. And that's what you are either experiencing right now too, or it's coming. It's coming for you. That's the next legs of your journey. Let's see what Mother Mary has to say for us. Oh, feminine is so beautiful. Thank you so much for helping us. Mother Mary, what do you want to tell the collective right now? What's going on with this divine feminine reclamation? Lady with the moon at her feet. Anything else, Mary? Any more? Thank you. All right. So we have Lady with the moon at her feet. This is about knowing where the moon is. If you're not doing it already, set a moon calendar app, download an app, know where the moon is. Know if it's 7 days to full moon, or 7 days since full moon, or if it's 7 days to new moon, and then 7 days from new moon. Like knowing that, setting your calendar. There's different indigenous calendars. There's the Chinese lunar calendar. I love the Mayan moon calendar. It's 13 moons. It's a 13 moons calendar, and it's called adayoutofTime.org, I believe is the website. That's my favorite. I've used it for years. It's literally the calendar I remember using in my ancient Mayan past lives to a T, and so I absolutely love that one. But just really connecting with the moon. And also this is just like you have come into like, this is like high priestess energy. Like you, but this is the thing, okay? Depending on where you are, again, because it's collective reading, depending on where you are with these Akashics opening up, you could have claimed all your priestess capacities from various lives. Like I know I have, and your vibe attracts your tribe. So if you're here, you're going to be mirroring me, right? And it is so powerful to be connected to the universe in this way. You can't always foresee every single thing, and life is supposed to be a challenge. So you're going to have challenges, but you work through them way faster. You have way more support in divinity, and they're way less violent, toxic. They will never take you down. You will always win because you're paired to divinity. And then the moon is just so nourishing for the feminine. The masculine is connected to the sun, and the feminine is connected to the moon. And that doesn't mean that a masculine by trade is just a morning person, okay? It doesn't mean that the feminine by trade is just an evening person. To me, a proper healthy cycle of that, you would vacillate between both because you're balanced in your masculine and you're balanced in your feminine, and sometimes you're in periods of creation that require the feminine, and sometimes you're in periods of creation that require the masculine. So therefore, you're going to wake up earlier in those ones. You're going to be more attuned to the sun. And then in the other creative cycles, you're going to be more attuned to the moon. You're going to stay up later at night. Witness this. I've experienced this over and over again with people. And this is also about following cycles. Notice day to day, check in with yourself. How do I feel today? What's my mood? What's my energy level? And track it. It's really beautiful to know these things about yourself, because you'll see where your energy peaks within the month, and when you can plan big events, you can move with the flows of your energy cycle, which ends up saving you more energy. When you save energy, when you feed yourself nutritious foods that don't break it down or speak to your cells and try to change them, when you eat clean, nutritious cell foods that even actually activate the cell, and then when you move your body with that, and then you also meditate and bring in energetics, like light frequencies and light baths and light tunnels and light showers into your being all the time. When you do all those things in tandem and clean out your mind and make sure you're feeding your mind with the words of light and creator and love and beauty and power and compassion and service and community and oneness, oh my gosh. But that's what the priestesses did. That's what you did in many, 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 many lives. And that's what you're reclaiming right now. That is what you are reclaiming. We knew these times were coming. We knew. Priests as well. I have mostly divine feminines on here, but if the masculines have come, you were priests as well. You did similar things. You did the same things, because I'm talking about the balance of the masculine and feminine within too. So beautiful. And just take a breath and slow down. See how she's everything within her that she could possibly need. And your psychic abilities are going to be through the roof if they're not already. Like, every time I even think, oh, my psychic capacities have peaked, new layers open up. So, like, be ready for that. Be ready. It's so fun and beautiful. So some of you where your sight is just opening, ancient souls, but you might have just had your awakenings and your sight's just opening again. Understand that you have to see everything, the light and the dark. But nothing is more powerful than unconditional love of Creator. And if you keep that purely in your heart and you keep the intention to connect with beings that love you unconditionally, led by Jesus, led by Mary Magdalene, led by whoever you attune to, but Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, Isis, that we're going to get to in a moment, you have cracked the code. You've cracked the matrix. You can be led through this so beautifully. And blessings are coming to you. Remember, I talked to you about abundance. This is the harvest. Look at her baskets full. Look at all of her friends. This true wealth. Healthy, happy, nurturing relationships that see you and value you for who you are. Dancing through life because you're just fed on pure joy. The activation of good karma. The joy of life, of the feminine, of being beautiful and sharing that beauty with others so that they can also share their beauty with you. It's the feminine dancing under a full moon with your sisters. Knowing the cycles of the moon, when to gear down, when to rest. The calls to rest so you don't burn out. Overacted, wounded masculine will burn you out. Won't bow down, won't rest, won't surrender, won't heal, won't let anyone help him, won't take anything good for them, won't be healthy, right? Is there any spectrums of that within you that need to be addressed? Blessings are coming. Justice is in here too. Justice is in here for all the heartache, all the isolation, being by yourself, feeling like you didn't have anyone, being alone. Justice is coming in. Your soul tribe is coming. Your friends, your family, your abundance, your wealth. Creator is lifting up the starseeds and the light workers right now. It's like Avatar up in here, I say. The universe is just prepped for us to tap in because it's supporting us, and all of life is supporting us. The animals, everyone. So they're understanding that if we don't heal humanity, the sickness that's present right now, the insanity, it's going to kill all of the life on this planet. And I don't say that to scare you because I don't believe in that guilt and shame. But it's a genuine possibility with the amount of insanity and sickness we have on the planet right now. But once we wake up, once we harness these capacities, like study your elements right now. You might have heard kids playing outside. You might study your elements. See what calls to you. I work really well with all the elements because I'm a weaver. I also have to make my own ceremonies. I can follow stuff, but I have to always change it and do something with that fits for me because I am a programmer. I am a creator. What are you? Start discovering this. These are the gifts that will come back through the Akashics as well. You could have been a fire priestess. You could have been a water priestess. You could have mastered them all. Start looking. And then also look at the things that light up your imagination, that bring you joy, whether they're fantasy shows or fantasy books or like movies, hobbies like that are fantasy based. Those are also going to talk to you about your past lives. I find like a lot of guys who had past lives as King's Knights, not Knights of Templar, that's different, but King's Knights, they will love playing like magic cards and like all those kinds of like games. And then video games are interesting as well because there's a level of matrix programming in there, but also it allows the masculine to get out some of the aggression that's naturally inherent within them so that they can not express it physically. And so the matrix is using it to weaken them, but if it was used properly in like a less intense way, it actually would be very nourishing for a man to clear and express the violence within until it was completely purged and harmonized on the planet once more. So interesting tangent. And then what's the last one? Our ladies of blessings bestowed. So maybe even that little tangent I went on, I don't believe there's accidents, but that little tangent might have been like your masculine is healing. Your feminine is coming forth during this 8-8 portal cosmic activation. Don't worry, whenever you find this, it's activating within your timeline. You're feeling your soul contracts as in occurrence with your soul contracts. But on this 8-8 portal, it's starting to be available to the collective. The blessings of healing the masculine, of healing the divine masculine, of healing that woundedness. I know as someone who is on a twin flame journey path, I know lately there has been separations and unions that didn't come to full fruition, and there's been like heart songs coming through me and in a few of my private sessions of just needing to sing the grief of that, the grief of not being able to be in union with the one that you love, knowing that they're not ready and having to accept that and love them anyway. And then just feeling appreciative that we're even like so blessed to be on this planet with our twin flame. That's doesn't always happen for people. So yeah, it's an interesting journey there. And there's varying levels of divine masculine healing within that, and it starts with the twin flame journeys. Even if you're not on twin flame, which it is romanticized a lot, and it is not something I would wish on anybody, it's extremely hard path. You are still in a divine masculine or divine feminine frequency, and you are still contributing to the betterment of relationships on this planet. And just by being you and just by cultivating consciousness that is expanded past the selfishness and greed and mental illness of our current overculture, or majority overculture, you are contributing to the betterment of relationships between the masculine and the feminine on this planet. So good job, and keep going. We really need you. I pulled some nice card, but we'll do that in a second because we didn't do this one yet. And so, well, actually, I was just kind of talking about that. I think the peaceful change, like the thing that I said could be a possibility with our world, and it's one of the many different channels of routes that we can go. We can also turn it around. We can also, that's why the feminine needs to return back. She's the mother. She's the mother of life, and she reminds the men to feel. The men have created many, many cool, beautiful things and conveniences on this planet. And we have linked into their system as the feminine. But it's time for us to bring the humanity back. It's time for us to bring the caring back. It's time of us to bring the respect back, and the respect for resources, and the respect for animals, and the respect for our children, and the respect for life. And the mother, the no BS mother who can see through anyone lying to them with that sort of truth, and can see evil and can alchemize it back to love, right? So let's see what Isis has to say. So already life restored. So this is the card of the Priestess of the Phoenix. So maybe if you found this reading that you are actually a Phoenix priestess, and that might also be awakening for you right now. It is the season of fire currently when I am filming this, and it is Leo season. It is the 8/8 portal. This is the most highly potent spiritual fire day. Even in ancient Hindi texts and things, I believe this was one of the days that they would have done fire ceremonies on to thank the universe and the heavens and the gods and the deities, which I call angels and creator, for life, for the blessings, and they would share it. The kings of old, queens of old, they shared. They were known to be great kings and queens because of the wealth that they shared with their people. There wasn't hierarchies. There wasn't scarcity. It was all shared. And the wealth of the people showed the true value, contributions, and beauty of the royalty, and I love that. So that also might be prevalent here. But Life Restored talks about bringing balance into the north, east, south, and west corners of your home. My cat might come visit. And your being, making sure that you're imbalanced in all areas of your life. So what is that? What are we talking about here, Spirit? So we're talking about career, or vocation, or however you make your money. Talking about community and service, relationship, how do you give back, how do you connect to people. Talking about levels of wealth and how you view wealth. Do you view wealth as just material things and money? Or do you realize that it's the relationships, it's the connections you have, it's the ways that you leave people and the ways that you make them feel. It's the ways that you show up for people and love them. And the way you connect, the way you believe. Do you have faith? Do you believe in Creator? Do you seek your true nature? Do you live in your true nature and in your authentic beauty? Or do you wear a mask? Do you click in and out of different expressions of yourself to feel loved, although there's a place for that? There's a place for everything. To be honest, nothing isn't inherently good or bad. It's just how we make it and the timing within which we apply it. It's also about grounding, Life Restored, ground, but like even the grounding, like I've been seeing lately, like I've got a tree trunk of etheric energy coming down, and then it also needs to go up. A lot of people don't know this. I have rooting meditations on my YouTube channel. I'll try to link it and try to remember to link it. But if not, you can go find it on my other channel. It's divine rooting. It is literally plugging into your Earth Star chakra. And when the tree roots come down now, and the tree trunk and the tree root come down from like my heart and navel, it's still plugging into my Earth Star, but it's going even deeper. Lately, I've like really needed that kind of grounding. My angel showed it to me the other day, and I've been using it ever since. It's really nice. You might even just want to go lay in the grass, watch the moon, watch the stars. I don't really have that luxury right now because I'm too close in the city, although there is a lot of nature around me on my street. I just don't have like a yard and stuff to lay in or whatever. But embodiment, embodiment and living in connection. So Life Restored, Path of the Priestess. It is also talking about Um, sorry, I just lost it. It's also talking about the embodiment of your future self. Where are you going? How are you going to get there? When are you going to just show up as who you want to be? Not your past, not your mistakes, not the things that you think you need to be insecure about, not the comparisons you make to others, but like the embodiment of like sitting down and being like, what do I want from the universe? What do I want my life to look like? Pretend you're the only person left on this planet. You could do whatever you wanted. Write it out like that and then embody it. Live in it. Live in connection with nature. Live in connection with Creator. You're also, some of you are in the 11th hour. You're in the 11th hour of a bunch of things your vision, a big vision you've been trying to manifest, or things you've been trying to manifest in your life, and it's happening. Like, keep going. It's about to happen. Don't give up. There's promise, there's potential. It's like, I feel like that charge of lightning, that charge of frequency, that like magnetic force right before a storm, or right before, is it a tornado? That, I feel that, like everything, like my hair is standing on end, I've got goosebumps. Like, it is just, you're so powerful in your life and your connection to Creator and the way you've been living it and the way you've been trying to express what you believe Creator is telling you to do with your life. Your destiny codes, your frequencies have been activated, and I want to say girl, but if you've identified the Divine Feminine, there are no genders here. Everything is about to get so wildly magnificent beyond your wildest expectations. And then this was the Sun, which it's funny because we're talking about Isis right now, and she is Ra's daughter. She is Ra's keeper even. She found out Ra's secret name and was able to enact great teachings from him, and she never abused it. She never abused it. Imagine if like Set had found out Ra's name, like if you know the story, if you know, you know. And Set had found out Ra's name, imagine what he would have done with that power. Like, she never abused it. She used it to better herself so that she could help more people. It's like, I love Isis. She's beautiful and amazing. And I'm so happy she's one of my guides forever. My greatest teachers. So I pulled some more Isis cards here. But the Sun, joy, embody enjoyment, life force, success, vitality, play. Like, that is the spirit of Isis. And then the triumph of the goddess, like look at her. Like, that is just like, she is fierce but beautiful and kind and loving, but she knows where she's going. She's not going to let someone come in and doubt her. She's not going to let the opinions of other people that don't know her change any of this stature, any of this power, any of this fierceness, anywhere that she's looking to go. It's not going to take her off her path. And she is sovereign in the fact that she is divine and that she can self-sustain, but self-sustenance. She can find sustenance from within. She can create it, because that is the power of the feminine. But again, we all have it in us. So how are you cultivating self-sustenance? What is it you need? Cultivate it. Now, are you lonely? Generate some sunlight and some golden energy in yourself and heal it. Surrender it to the universe and ask Creator to do it if you don't trust yourself yet, but trust yourself. Trust your gifts. Trust that you ask and it will happen. Okay, then we have the knot of Isis. And so this is the Ankh. Okay? And the Ankh is a key code. It's a frequency shifter. And it's also like, okay, see, even like the crook and the hook here, these are all symbols of power. Okay, and these are power symbol of this is the complete loop of circuit. And it also, if you look at this, see how they're unified up here, but there's a little bit of a split down here. Masculine, feminine, unified at the third eye, right? Unified at the third eye, the heart, and then the last portal is in the sacred bowl. And then this is the container for within which you're manifesting. Isis is holding it dear and tight and sacred. And once it has hit the knot of Isis, once it has hit the Ankh, it's manifesting. It's done. It's yours. And you might want to go back. I believe it was the last one I did, day 3 of cosmic activations for what your angels wanted you to know. And I believe that there's some sun energy that we talk about in there as well. The golden energy, the rose gold's coming through. And on day one, there's rose gold light codes coming through. I'd only met a few people in my life that had rose gold in their auric field. But now this frequency is coming through. It's waking up its lineage. There's a whole bunch of rose priestess activations, which have different rays of light and lineage, which I talk about in other readings, but that's a true thing. And then there's also the sunlight, there's a golden light, and then there's a golden light of creation. And those are all just different variances of energetic signatures. And they work with you in different ways. They change you, heal you in varying profundities as well. And then the last card from Isis is a soul retrieval. So remember when we talked about the Akashics opening up? That's a soul retrieval. You can even call back your soul fragments. I call back all my soul fragments in all directions of space and time to be cleansed and purified in the unconditional light of Creator. Return to my auric field so I'm made whole, and my crystalline auric field is established back to its full capacity. Thank you. In love and faith, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Creator. Always thank you, always gratitude, always heal. Call those soul fragments back. Maybe you had soul fragments you have to call back from betrayal, from war, from heartbreak, from your twin flame. So much heartbreak went on with that. And you know, when you call back the soul fragments from these negative experiences, good experiences are renewed and set free. Good karma is renewed and set free. Because the power goes back to everybody in all the directions. You take responsibility for your part in things, but you don't take the blame. That's going on right now. So it says deep soul healing with the goddess. Look at the golden light coming out of her hands. Okay, and golden light was in the last reading too. It's a frequency that's coming down on the earth. It's one of the most powerful healing frequencies on this in many realms, actually. Golden healing light of Creator, of the feminine, of Ma. Nothing cannot heal in that. The card just flashed in the reflection of the glass behind me. More golden light. All right, let's see. Is there anything else we need to know? Oh, you know, I'm going to pull a Kelly card. Kelly wants to talk to us. These readings have been so long for the 8-8 portal, but F it. We're doing it. Let's do it. Love ya. Worth it. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, look at this. Weren't we just talking about golden creational energy, that it resides in our heart too? We are a part of Creator. We are connected. We can pull it through our hearts and we can give it to other people. And that is how it's also coming down to the planet right now. And see how it's breaking free of restrictions. It's breaking free of things that held it back. And rising up. Look at this beautiful teal, green, and blue and gold in here. So lovely. Oh, I love that. It's my favorite color. Anahata Kali, your heart cannot be contained or constrained by what has taken place in your life. Your heart wisdom and empowerment is growing, and soon you shall have the wisdom and courage to accomplish something significant to your soul journey. Trust in the invisible workings of divine love in your life. Let your heart be your peace as it guides you onward. So anytime you're feeling lost right now or overwhelmed, go into your heart. What is your heart asking you to do? Touch your heart, put your hands on your heart. Tell yourself you love yourself. I love you. Your very existence is a blessing to me and this planet. Tell yourself that you love yourself. Love yourself before anyone else can even love you. Love yourself more fiercely, more deeply, more beautifully than anyone else can ever love you first. Do it first, because then that's gonna go and back and reflect on the world. I know you know this, but get fiercer with it. Wake up happy to wake up. You. Happy to wake up in your life. Happy to be your own best friend. That's Hallie's fierce message right now. Love that. Oh, we're gonna do one more, Kelly. She's fierce, she's powerful. This is so beautiful. I think this is the perfect place to end it. Oh, look at that. If that's not femininity, I don't know what is. The rising lotus with the moon. Full to new. And the priestess ordained with her crown. Again, looking in the direction she knows she's going. The fierceness. She knows where she's traveling. She's broken free of those restrictions. She's called back all of the parts of herself, her power. She's given back power she's taken from other people. She's self-generated power from source instead of taking it from others. She's in her divine feminine. Her sacred heart is a flame protected in gold. She knows when to release things, when to end them, and when to renew them. She's at peace, even when she can say no or yes. And that no or yes will be fierce. And her blessings are coming in, and she's manifesting like never before, because she's connected to her true natures, and she's connected to the spirit of Isis within her, of all the sisters, all the women that have ever walked this earth and loved each other. We have that in our hearts, in our wombs. That's the spirit of Isis. And it's going to come through in the budding of the roses, in the flourishment of your garden. Remember, your flowers have flourished, your garden has bloomed. Your sisters have come in, or coming. What a beautiful reading. Kelatari. A process of profound and enduring transformation is leading you towards a powerful rebirth, free from even the most persistent patterns or pains of your past. Your soul is in deep healing. Recovery can be painful, but you will emerge renewed and released. You are blessed to experience a new life within this lifetime. So this card I have a really strong visual of, oh, my mom is out there. I haven't really addressed this, but that this power that is coming through, I've done a lot of talking on this portal about it, manifesting that, but because it's a collective reading, what are you manifesting? Maybe you're manifesting greater connection with your children. A lot of you are mothers of rainbow children, star children, diamond children. The amount of anchoring of energy that you had to choose, and the frequency of love that you have for those star babies to have chosen you, indescribable. Indescribable. And so powerful. And then women right now, we're working in the 3D matrix, and we're raising the babies, and we're bringing them through our body vessel, and we're reparenting the men, trying to heal the planet. Like, take a moment to appreciate the magnificent beauty and powerful contribution that you are to this world. How special and beautiful your frequency is for those babies to choose you, even though we're all special and beautiful. That bond, the things that you bring into their world and anchor in for them. Kelly is giving you like accolades and saying like, why didn't you channel through this sooner? I get so caught up in living from soul. And sometimes in collective readings, I see so much, it's harder for me to narrow down, but the moms are getting the accolades right now too. And all of this will enhance your mother.